What is up, you guys? It is Matty, and we are back with episode 14 in the Road to Champions series. So, I would say it's the last stages, but it's really not. There's a hell of a way to go. And bringing you in right now, we'll show you the level I'm at currently. And that is 29:35. Welcome back to you, Game Centre, as well. So, yeah, this is the highest I've ever been. So if you look at my trophy record, it's 29:35 on the Sweet Victory and 29:35 currently. So going strong. If you look at my woo, wifey's chiming in. If you look at my attack log, it's all positive except that negative, but we don't think about that. So yeah, I'll tell you about my day and how it's gone through. But I've got an army cooking at the moment. I'm going to do a quick clang message, which I'm sure the wife will... she loves to get a little shout out, so... No, can't be bothered? Okay. Maybe not then. So... Oh, I did beer yesterday. Should we do some... Oh, let's do the... cocktails. No, balloons! I've spelt it wrong as well. Brilliant. Anywho, so yeah, we're at 29:35 trophies. I'm going to show you some live raids. Oh, she's straight in. And I'll explain what happened last night first. So, I woke up this morning to... I can't remember. Yeah, I ran the shield from last night, which had the -5. That was it. And that went all the way through to this morning. So, raid 1 this morning was, you guessed it, 15 hours ago, the -16. Completely failed. Absolute embarrassment. I was pretty much still asleep when I did it. So I was like, ah, shit. So my strategy was I needed to snipe a few bases to get back up. So I did got a 9 trophy snipe. I got a 6 trophy, 50%. And I was doing okay. And I got into the office and my dad called me. And I had a 10-minute conversation with him. Lo and behold, as soon as that happened, -26. So I'd lost 16, I'd regained 15, so I was -1, and then I lost 26. So I ended up on 2890 in terms of total trophies. And I ran that shield through the day. I didn't have a choice, I couldn't really raid. Ended up having to work really late anyway, so I didn't get home until like 7. No, I left work at like 7:15, so didn't get home till like quarter to 8. Bearing in mind, I was at the office at 7:45 AM. Hashtag just saying. Overworked, underpaid. Anyway, so yeah, on the way, en route home, I was able to get a raid, do 50%. I pulled over, did a raid, got 50%. Carried on home, got another raid, 58%, and then a series of raids as well that I can show you now. So we'll blast through these and see how we got on, and I'll explain it. Then I can do some live raids, finish up the episode, etc, etc. So, raid 1, easy, central air, exposed down, loads of buildings on the outside, hashtag, I'm going to stop saying that, really easy. So, first things first, took down the arch tower, and the balloon managed to draw out most of the clan castle troops, if not all of them, and it was next a case of luring them over to up the top. I just wanted to get them into one single group, most of them anyway, and I don't know, did I just do a lightning? Yeah, I just did a lightning. So we all know there's a score, take out the clan, drop a couple of tactical minions in as well, drop a few on the queen and take her down. So now that was done, I think I went in from either side with, was it 3 or 4 balloons on each to make sure I got them. And then there's a bit of a cock up on the left hand side, but on the right hand side we were okay. Then I realised I'm going to have to take this arch queen down, that bitch, because she's a pain in the ass and she always likes to come and ruin my fun. So, time to lure the arch queen. Let's get her down, minions, did. Then, because the air defence was covering the arch tower, I dropped, I think it was 3 minions, might have been 4, on each of those arch towers, because they're covering a huge percentage of buildings if you look. And then it's a case of selecting some important, well, other areas to clear up. Now I wanted to take down those Teslas, because they were covering a lot of buildings. And then there was a couple of arch towers left, one on the right down here, and a couple on the left over there. But I think I'd run out of loons or something like that, so I started just dropping the minions in, and trying to get any buildings that were left. Oh, that was it. I dropped a couple of balloons there just to distract more than anything, to be honest, while my minions cleaned up the buildings, because there were still arch towers available and that sort of thing. As you can see, I'm at 45% anyway. I've got some more buildings on their way to death, and it was a case of just letting them finish on the easy 50%. Didn't have to touch the heroes, didn't have to do much of anything, just took the win and 10 whole trophies from that. So that was a really good raid, and I'm very happy with that one. So into the next replays, and we has this one. So you get these bases sometimes, you look at it at the start, there's a space there, just where I drop that minion, there's a space, you can see the space at the start, so you know it's there. And there's always, it's so easy with balloons just to take the town hall out when you're there, but the key thing is, don't neglect the clan castle troops and don't neglect the arch queen. You have to lure them. Now the really annoying thing about this base is, look at the four corners, there's an air defense on each one, which I'm telling you now, it's well annoying. It just gets in the way for luring troops and stuff. The other thing is, I hadn't got a lightning spell because I'd used it in my previous raid, so it was going to be the old balloon suicide trick. If you haven't used it before, just make sure you line those troops up with a defence like that arch tower there, so that when you drop the balloon you know its path. Then it's a case of judging the distance, which is something that only practice will bring you. So I knew I had to lure that arch queen. She's nice and annoying, and all the luring her was a pain. It really was. So strategy: drop a few balloons over here, get the queen over, and then slam some minions on her. I didn't want to use too many because I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough for the middle. And look, if you look at it, I dropped like just about enough minions. The last guy took her down, and then rage in the middle, and balloons and minions. Rage, balloons, now minions. Minions are in. They're starting to shoot the town hall. You can watch the town hall going down. The balloons do splash damage anyway. Town hall's gone. Raid over. Easy. I can't remember what I did at the end. I might have gone. I think I went for the elixir down here. That was it. Bum bum bum. Just getting a bit of elixir. Why not? Got the whole 26k. Check me out. Anyway, so that was for 5 trophies. Not too many. I just saw it and thought, yeah, okay, I'll do that one. I was looking for a snipe more than anything, actually, when I found that one. And then I did actually find a snipe. Don't hate because I'm finding snipes. I don't know how I do it. I just find them and take them down and kill them. So that was that. We don't need to see it. So the last raid I did, which was about 5 minutes ago. Let's have a look. Here we go. Perfect raid again. So looking at it, Expo's pointing down, loads of buildings on the outside. The perfect candidate for a raid, really. So when you've got like a wizard tower, an arch tower, and an air defense like here, all covering an area of the map, what you want to do is use rage and a group of 5 or 6 balloons. I'm about to do the balloon trick again. So if you can see what I do, see the cannon over here, I line them up in line with the cannon, then drop the balloon parallel to it, the wizard shoot down and they die. So I love doing that. There's no more satisfying feeling than doing that, honestly. So here, look, I drop about 5 balloons, drop a rage in as well, unfortunately, and a seek and air mine took the balloon on the left down, which is going to take the wizard tower. So I had to drop more balloons in. Then I realised that I've done a bit of a fail. That balloon on the left was a retard and went to the cannon and died anyway. And then I forgot about that arch tower. So, second fail there. Anyway, carried on with the raid. I've got 4 arch towers at the top here. So I focused on taking at least a few of them down. So, as you can see, didn't bother with any rages or anything like that. I thought I was going to have the all clear, which I pretty much did. Took those arch towers down and left the one up here. Now, obviously, if you use minions sparingly, you've got options when it comes to towards the end of the raid. Anyway, now that I'd realised I'd left that arch tower, I threw a lightning spell on it to help take its health down, and then the minions were actually able to take it down. So, because I didn't have to use my lightning spell on my on the clan castle troops, I was able to use it to weaken that building. And then I don't know if I needed to do that, to be honest, but I did anyway. Threw the minions down the bottom, making sure they're clearing down the bottom buildings, which they were. They did fine, which is great. Threw some minions at the top as well. They're 3 buildings, and now 42%. There's clearly loads of buildings left. It's not an issue whatsoever. So it's really however you want to finish the raid off. Got loads of minions left. And yeah, there's the 49%, and any one of those 2 minions on the left there is going to get me at the 50. And then, so what I did in the end was drop a bunch of minions down here to clear up that elixir storage. I got a minion down here who's finishing happily chirping away at that one, and that was it, the end of the raid. So I got 200,000 elixir for that one, so that was more like it, but unfortunately every raid doesn't go that way. Anyway, next raid I'm going to show you will be a live one. Ooh, this base looks good. 3 expos pointing down, just looking at the buildings on the outside and the air defence placement. Air defence is covering a nice, quite a big section. However, in the corners there's a lot of buildings and stuff, so it's a perfect sort of raid that I'm going to try. Plus I think I can take some of those air defences down anyway. So first things first, let's get the queen out of the way. So we lure her. She's only level 15, so it's only probably going to be about 7 and 8, maybe 10 minions. Something like that, and you can see how quickly she goes down when you drop the right amount of minions on her. So what I'm going to do is drop a group of balloons on the arch tower and then raise them into the air defence, because that means I'll be able to get a better spread on the minions I use, and I think I'm going to do the same this side as well. So it must have been about four balloons, I think, maybe 5, and just spread them in. And then I think I realised it was a dead base. I was slightly gutted as well that my balloons didn't do the job down on the air defence, because I'd have thought they would have taken her down. Oh no, sorry, the second Inferno is live. I'd have thought they'd have taken her down, so I could have potentially gone for the 2-star on this raid, but instead I just went for the 1-star. This air defence is easier because it's closer, if you see what I mean. It's far closer to the actual arch tower. There's not an extra building in between. And then finally, I think I can go for the air defence on the arch tower on the left hand side. But firstly, whenever you clear huge portions of the base out like this, you're going to want to pretty quickly not hang around and get your minions started spreading around. As you can see, I've got 22 minions left. I'm already at 40%. This is an easy raid, easy. So really happy about that. It's always nice when a raid just goes your way. Especially when you get 50% when you've still got 20 minions, heroes, clan castle troops and all that sort of stuff left. And as you can see, I've noticed that there's quite a lot of dark elixir available on this raid, which means I'm going to start spreading my minions over the dark drills to make sure I can get them down and get that yummy dark elixir. So I'd already taken about 3k, and obviously the rest of it was inside the actual dark storage. I didn't think I was going to be able to get it, but I thought, you know what, let's try. Oh no, I didn't try. I should have. 3.3k dark, and that was a nice easy live raid. Into this next one. We've got 33 trophies available. It's a base that I do sometimes have issues with, but there seems to be a lot of buildings on the outside. We've got a level 40 queen. I'm 2 balloons down from my normal amount as well, which is kind of risky. So let's have a look how I did. I think one of the first things you're going to want to do is take the queen out, but I can do that by, I think, taking down this bottom arch tower maybe, or do I leave her later? So I'll go for the top right arch tower. 2 balloons because the arch tower is not covered by anything else. I'm dropping in some balloons over here now. It's pretty much on the whole right hand side to make sure I can take down the archer tower, the air defense. Sorry, both arch towers and that sort of thing. Now I've got the queen's attention. What I want to do is bring it out into a more open position so that she can go down. And it normally takes around 20 minions to make sure the queen goes down at level 40 because she's obviously max level. And now she's down. That's it. I don't really need to worry about her again. What I do need to do now is start taking down the rest of the arch towers. So 2 balloons on the one on the left because it's not covered by any of the defences. The one at the top is, so I'm going to use 3 balloons and a rage to make sure I get into that arch tower. I'm starting to spam some minions around as well to make sure I've got the coverage down. The arch tower at the bottom left survived. Obviously there's quite a few build huts in that top right compartment, so I'm going to want to focus on that should I need to go harding at the 50%. Okay, a couple more arch towers we want to take down. I'm going to go for that one in the left corner because it's covering a lot of buildings, and I'm going to use the one on the top as well because there's quite a few buildings around there, and I'm going to use a rage spell to usher those balloons in to make sure it goes down. So now it's a case of we're at 32%. This seems more like a typical sort of raid where you have to push yourself to get the extra percentage. So as you can see, we've started pushing into that compartment at the top. Now the top hand side looks like a nice area to get some extra percentage as well. And there are those army camps down at the very bottom, but if you look at those, they've got barracks, we've got elixir collectors, and they've all got very low health. So it's a perfect sort of place to drop in a load of minions and pick up some percentage. Really sorry about I keep clearing my throat, guys. My voice is going a bit, it's been going a bit funny today. So we're at 48% now. I've got a lightning spell, I've got heroes, so it's an easy win. All I'm going to do is drop in my clan castle minions at a place where there's no splash damage. So the wizard tower's miles away. The arch tower will start shooting them down, but because they do quite high damage, minions do, and there's quite a lot of them, it's going to be an easy clear up. And that was that. It's always nice to take a win. This base, if you see it, just be wary of the percentage of buildings on the outside. Queen took a bit of a hit there, which is not good, but I was able to steal a bit of extra elixir as well. Going back into base now, we're at 2954 trophies, so thanks for watching this episode. I know it's kind of a short one compared to my normal, but I've still got quite a few episodes coming in this remaining series, so thank you for watching. Feel free to add me on Twitter at ClashingMatty. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Drop a comment because I always like to hear what you guys think. As you can see, I'm cooking up my next army. And what I'm going to do is leave you there, and thanks for watching this episode, guys. Really appreciate it.